You're good. Hey, I'm going to make a really loud noise so that it'll show the bubble on here so I know where to edit this out.
Oh.
Okay, so now I'll know. Sorry. Okay, anyway, on with the discussion. We'll edit that out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. We are on Montanarchy today. My name is Jonah, I'm your host. With me we have a couple special guests. That was quite the wording I just used.
Yeah, that was great.
We have Nick Can with us today, the regular co-host. We have the owner of Montana Vending, a gigging bass player often found with the Clint Reimann Band, Steve Jonasen. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah, it's good to have you, Steve. Let's jump right into it. You play the bass. What got you into the bass? Was that your first instrument?
Actually, my first instrument was the piano.
Really?
Yep. I began taking piano lessons when I was very young. Then when I got into school band, my first instrument was the trumpet when I was in middle school.
Okay.
And my music teacher approached me one day and asked me if I'd like to learn the bass guitar. And I took him up on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Very cool. So did you play that was it an orchestra?
I played the bass guitar. Trumpet I played in orchestra and pep band and so on. And the bass guitar was like a jazz band to start with. And then into high school I played it for pep band, for basketball games and so on.
What high school were you?
I'm from Dillon, Montana.
Wow.
Yeah, and so Beaverhead County High School.
Oh wow, how big is
Such
that
a great
school?
name.
There was 488, I believe, in our high school when I went. So about 98 students in my senior class.
It's probably A?
Yeah, Class A.
Okay,
Yeah,
very cool.
And we still are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So pep band. So did you have like quad toms and stuff? Like a whole percussion section?
Yeah, had a whole, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that. We had usually a drum set and a cowbell, but we were C because I went to Central Catholic.
Nice. Okay.
So we were C. So it was me and another kid usually played the drum set. We switched off, and then there was typically a cowbell. And then I think my senior year, my teacher set up some toms, and we kind of had a quad tom thing going, and that was a lot of fun.
I'll bet it was, yeah.
So
I would have been the kid playing the cowbell.
Bass. What was that?
So I would have been the kid playing the cowbell.
Oh, you know
in
what?
the corner. Ding.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
Everyone
First chair,
likes,
right?
Yeah.
First chair cowbell.
Everybody likes the cowbell.
Absolutely.
So have you just played bass since then, just consistently?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe I started it in 6th grade with Mr. Russet was my middle school music teacher.
Wow.
And so I can credit him for teaching me how to play the bass.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how did you start playing with Clint?
Let's see, this would have been the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Rick Hattenpaw. Can I say names?
Yes.
He had just moved,
only for speaking good.
He had just moved to town and was wanting to start up a little music thing. He had played music back in Minnesota, where he's from, and I can't remember. I think I was at an open jam night at the Do Bar, and kind of connected with a couple of different musicians, and they contacted me and said, "Hey, we need a bass player." And so I jumped in with him, and for that first gig, it was Clint and Kurt Osborne was playing bass.
Wow.
And I actually played that first gig as a keyboardist.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so after that night playing, Clint reached out to me and he said he was needing a bass player for his Dust Alive project.
Oh, so that's pretty old
that
project.
that was the first time I met Clint and started playing with him there. So played Dust Alive for maybe a little over a year, and then I have 2 daughters, and they were kind of growing up, and I just didn't have time to to devote to the music as much.
Mm-hmm. Did you play Downpour Festival with him?
I did not.
Okay.
Did not. No. The only worship music I did with him was after he was done with Dust Alive. He was playing in. I think I played with him at the Rescue Mission a couple of times, and then he used to play at the roller skating park, or the
wow,
by Pepsi.
Oh yeah, that's still there.
Yeah.
Was that Howard's?
It was, and then when Howard's moved, they were at the what was the old mall that Calumet owns now?
Oh, the Westgate.
The Westgate Mall.
No
That's
way.
where Howard's was.
Wasn't there 3? Because there was one where Northwest Family Fellowship is now, isn't there?
Oh, that could have been. Yeah.
I thought there was.
The only one that I knew was the Westgate one, and then they sold to, I think, the current owner, and then she opened up that. Yeah.
Interesting.
So we played a couple times there. So
that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I never saw a live band there, although I've only been there twice in my whole life. I do remember going there once as a kid though. To the Westgate location.
Yeah. We used to take the kids there all the time when they were growing up. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
The old Great Falls.
The old Great Falls. Yeah.
Man, do you remember? Did you ever eat at Zandy's?
Yep. Absolutely.
What was Zandy's?
The flying hamburgers, right?
Do you remember where Ezra lived in that apartment?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, so that parking, I don't know if you were, they destroyed it at some point, but there used to be stalls there in an old restaurant.
Yeah.
It was a drive-in restaurant.
Yeah.
And Steve knows more about it than me. That's all I know.
So it's kind of like Ford's.
Yeah.
But
well, and then there was an Asian family, I think, that took that spot over.
That was a spot, or it was a block down. The Best Donuts?
Yeah.
I think that was a block down.
Oh, it was, okay.
But
it was in that same general area on
Yeah.
Central.
Because we used to walk over there before work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that place rocked. Those were the best donuts
the donut
in town.
holes. Oh,
I can't even eat other donuts. It ruined it for me.
Right.
I don't want to get them anywhere else. Oh, man. Those were good donuts.
Yeah.
And before, that's been like 4 or 5 different things because it was the ice cream factory.
Right.
And then I thought it was something else before that.
Yeah, and now it's something else, I think, again.
The I don't know. It's I don't remember the name of it, but I know what it is.
No.
Tasty Hot Pot?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
Or no, that's over by Kobe.
I
don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I don't remember. I think it's some kind of stir fry place or something now.
Did you ever eat at Burger Master?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Wow. I remember seeing the signs when I was a kid. And I don't think I ever ate there.
Never did.
But I want to say one of my parents, I think my mom might have worked there at some point.
Okay.
Because she went to high school here for at least 2 years.
Okay.
So she was CMR.
Okay. Go Rustlers.
Yeah. So when did you move here to Great Falls?
I moved to Great Falls in 96.
Wow.
1996, yeah.
Okay. And didn't you live in Havre at some point?
Never lived in Havre.
You never lived in Havre?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Somebody else famous.
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you went to college somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah. So I grew up in Dillon and started school. I went through, grew up, and my first year of college, I went to Western Montana College in Dillon and took my generals. And after that year, I decided I wanted to specialize in computer programming. And so there was a college out in Rapid City, South Dakota. So that's where I went from Western. I went to National College in Rapid City. Spent 7 years out there.
Wow.
And I wanted to come back to Montana. And so this business that I own now was owned by my uncle, and he needed some help, and so it was an opportunity to come back to Montana.
So you worked there for quite a while before you bought it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started as a pop vending machine filler. That was my first position with Montana Vending in 96, and so I've been there since then.
Sure.
Yeah.
96.
Wow.
So you're coming up on 30 years.
I am.
So when did you buy it?
I bought it about 2 years ago.
Okay. So you're a new owner.
Yeah, just recently. And then
Okay.
2 summers ago, I finished my buyout with my uncle. So
Nice.
so yeah, and now I've also purchased the building, so I own my own gig. So yeah, it's kind of a nice thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that something you saw yourself doing as a young adult?
I wasn't really sure. I just wanted some stability, and I wanted to get out of the corporate world and kind of be my own boss. And so it was an opportunity to kind of do my own thing, forge my own path.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I like
that. That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's not for everyone. Some people are content with being, like in the corporate world and having some structure there and some stability, but I kind of always like to color outside the lines, I guess, and do my own thing. And
high risk, high reward.
Right. Yeah. It's just, build it, and then you have something that you can look back and say, hey, I did this.
And something you can give to your kids as well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it's been a good run.
Yeah.
Good run.
Where all do you do business?
Most of the vending is in Great Falls.
Okay.
We go all the way up to Cut Bank with some of the vending, but most of it's right in Great Falls.
Okay.
And then our another layer that we've added on is distribution into grocery stores. And so most of our routes are out of town routes with that. So we handle basically the Golden Triangle in Montana. So we start in Great Falls, and we branch to Havre and across the High Line through Shelby and Cut Bank. Chester is in there, and then over to Browning.
Wow.
And then down. So yeah, it's a pretty big area that we cover.
Yeah, you can just go just about everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So has there been any since you've taken over the business, have you sold in any new products or any lines to the stores?
Yeah, I mean all of the distribution was brought on by my doing. Yeah, when I first started Montana Vending, we were primarily a cigarette vending company.
Oh, okay.
So we had cigarette machines everywhere, and back in the olden days, I hate to say that, but back in the earlier years, cigarette machines were available anywhere. You could access when you go to Catton's to eat or wherever, And in '98, the laws were passed down that you couldn't have vending machines for cigarettes anywhere that minors could be, and so that erased a bunch of locations, where any like family diners or anything. So it reduced it down to just bars.
Yeah.
And so little by little, more and more controls were kind of being put into place, and it was kind of a dying industry for us. And so my last cigarette machine was at the Lido in Great Falls, and that was probably in the 2009-ish.
Wow, they've been gone
that
long.
That was the last one, yeah. When I first came to town, we had 400 vending machines for cigarettes.
I swear during COVID there was one at the Dubar for cigarettes.
There could have been. That might have been just their
for
decoration.
Yeah, some of the individual bars would just buy a vending machine and do their own thing.
Sure.
That way.
I believe there's still one bar here in town that has one. It may not be working.
Could be.
But I believe there's one still here in town.
I've seen them around.
Yeah.
But I know several bars sell cigarettes. Like the Lido sells cigarettes.
Most bars sell cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's just they don't have the machine.
And most of the time they'll sell them behind the bar. They'll have
yeah,
of cigarettes.
Yeah, you got to go through the bartender
to
get
get the
them.
bartender kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
So here's a crazy question. About 5 years ago, and I only remember that because, or it would have been more than that. So I was about 3 months away from turning 21 when they changed the cigarette age to 21 from 18.
Okay.
And I think that happened because of vapes. Because vapes were getting popularized. Because for a long time, I want to say you could buy vapes at any age, right, when they first came out.
Really?
Do I remember that right? Or
It
was
wasn't
18?
any age. It was 18.
Oh, it was 18?
What you're talking, I remember when this was back in like 2019,
Oh, no, you're
2020,
right.
because you and me were working together when we first met, and I just like turned 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm smoking cigarettes, vapes, because now I can buy it. I don't got to ask my friends. And I remember it was around that time, 2019.
So it was 18, but I remember vape shop. I won't name names. They would sell the minors. They didn't vapes. They're like, oh, at least it's not cigarettes.
Yeah, there was
but
one
they
shop here
changed
that
it
did
to
it.
21.
Okay.
So was there ever a time that you could buy cigarettes at any age, or was it always some age?
There's the note thing I know people used to do, get a kid a note.
Yeah, and growing up in Dillon, I can remember my dad. He wasn't a big smoker when I was young. Both my folks, I think it was kind of a commonplace back in the day. Everybody smoked.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And but they'd given up smoking when they had kids.
Oh,
But
sure.
dad still chewed a little Copenhagen or whatever, and so I can remember him sending me to one of the convenience stores in Dillon with a note, and, and I think it was like 75 cents or something, and he's like,
Wow.
"Yeah, just go over there and get me a can of Copenhagen."
Wow,
and
I wish it cost
just
that
tell
much
him
when
it's
I
for your
chewed.
dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever
Wow.
try that like in high school, like coming with a note and say it's for
Yeah.
your dad, but it was really for you? I'm sure so many kids did that.
Right. Well, yeah. It's
That's
just
crazy.
just a change of the world. How
It
how
is.
it's really changed. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think one of the things I think about with and you can't blame this all on big tobacco, but probably 2 or 3 years after I left high school, because I really didn't see any vapes in my high school, but after that it was just huge.
Yeah.
I remember
It blew up around
what
that time.
random 16, 17-year-old kids would stop me in public and ask me, "Hey, are you 18? Will you buy me vapes?"
Really?
You wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
And it just exploded. And
Yeah.
and I guarantee at some point, it's probably lower now, but at one point, I bet at least half of school kids were, at least in high school, were vaping.
Oh, definitely
Yeah.
more. There's middle schoolers that are doing
That's
it.
nuts.
Like I'd call some buddies back home. They say, "Yeah, dude, like my little cousin, he's like in 7th grade and he's vaping."
It seems like it's, I don't know if it's as bad now. It seems like it might have been worse than cigarettes at one point.
It was. Well, think about e-cigarettes been around for 20-some years, and just again, like you said, out of the bloom, just blew up.
Right.
But between the fruit flavors, how easy they are to hide,
Yep.
like that,
Yeah.
man.
Schools are now putting sensors in the bathrooms. I just saw this video on it where security guards are monitoring these, and if it gets alarm won't go off, but they'll get a notice on the computer in the office, basically if it's a vape,
No way.
weed, tobacco, anything like that, and then they'll watch cameras see who walks out and kid gets busted.
Wow.
So here's a question for you, because you're a father, right?
I am.
You are a father.
Just stated that.
So, as a father, if we were gonna try and alleviate high school kids from using vapes, what would you propose? I know that's a broad question, but I'm curious.
Well, I think more than anything, I think it's education.
Sure.
Because I think kids are gonna try things no matter what. You've got underage drinking, drug use, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think education is more than, if kids know, hey, this is, not good for you.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah.
And then they can make their own decision. You're not going to get everybody, but if the mainstream people know that this products are not good for you, then maybe that would give them a little pause. But I think kids are going to do what kids are going to do. I went through it as a kid, and you guys did too.
Sure.
What?
You
We
know,
never
just-
did anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
Back in high school, it was, for me, it was alcohol.
Yeah.
And that was, and if you were down with partying, and you wanted to be social with the older kids and stuff, then it just was like, hey, cool, kind of a sense of belonging or whatever. So.
Sure.
For me, I feel like, I'm not sure for you because we grew up in different areas. For me, it was a lot of weed. There was some alcohol, but everyone had about a dab pen on them. People were smoking weed in school.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw a dub in Montana. I was an adult, probably 2018, 2019. Like, we were behind the times on that. But really, as far as I know, nobody in my high school, I mean, I'm sure there were people who did, but I didn't know of anyone who smoked weed. There was only a couple of kids in my class who drank. But no, alcohol is such a weird thing because I don't know. Even weed is kind of like, people grade things now.
Right.
People don't say, oh, this is an addiction that's unhealthy. People say, oh, it's alcohol. You know, it's not smoking crack.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
It just shows how bad things have gone nowadays, though.
and it's like, do you understand that people drive drunk and die? Like, I know people. I had a buddy who drove drunk and he died. And it's like, everybody knows somebody.
Oh, for sure.
So, or I don't know. I don't know what everybody thinks about weed, but it's like, anything can be sugar. I'm drinking a Mountain Dew right now. Sugar. Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's weird. What a weird world we live in.
Yeah, for sure.
So
now to go back from where a little bit in the conversation.
yeah, go ahead.
So to your business, your vending business, have you ever used your company to kind of book shows? Because, you know, you got to go out, you got to restock. Have you ever gone anywhere and see like, hey, we need performers or we're looking to do an event, and you probably like, hey, I play the bass?
Oh, you know, I don't ever remember there being a cross line there.
Okay.
Where I have noticed is like, oh yeah, I know you fill our vending machines kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't ever used my business as a stepping stone. It's like, yeah, you know,
okay.
to my, yeah.
Sure.
But it probably has helped with my networking, you know, because my vending business is out in the world with a lot, you know, the public, and so, you know, I'm in locations where there's a lot of people. That's what, you know, a good vending location is, and so. Back in the day, you know, these call centers were really big, you know, like NEW when they were in town, and Centene and some of those places. And so you'd have locations with, you know, 400 or 500 people in it. And so you just get to know people, you know, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you play music, and, you know, something like that.
Okay, it picks up like that.
Yeah.
So have you done it the other way around? So have you been like at shows and noticed maybe they've been bad on stock, or you just kind of just threw out like a business card? This is like, hey, if you love doing more business, I own my own vending company. I'd love to work with you. Have you done something like that? Maybe?
I've never really combined the two.
Okay, gotcha.
So I've got like, this is my
just completely separate lives.
Yeah, this is my vending business, and then this is my music, and so I rarely mix the two together.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
But that's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. That's maybe I should start doing.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what would be better? You know what the drunk people in this bar need? They need a Twinkie.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do that frequently. I think I got my. Well, no, I'm not going to go into that. I won't incriminate myself.
Not this time.
They're probably listening.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know, if I'm leaving a bar, I always say drink Pepsi.
Oh,
he does.
It's like my tagline.
That's your little
Bye,
plug.
everybody.
Yeah.
Drink Pepsi.
Drink Pepsi.
So,
All right.
Interesting. So how has your business started with cigarette machines?
That was the main focus.
The main focus.
Yep.
So how has it like been kind of a straightforward evolution into something else, or does it change does it change regularly?
Yeah.
Is it a pretty fluid market?
Yeah, and that's part of the beauty of running your own thing. You know, you're able to hopefully be nimble enough that you can kind of look at different avenues.
Sure.
We were mostly cigarettes when I started, and then some snack, you know, like candy machines. We had just started bringing on pop machines, and at that time the bottling companies were really happy to have third-party vendors push their products, you know, their Pepsi. And the beauty of being an independent company, you can have both. You can sell both. So, you know, I can put one machine in your business and it can have both Coke and Pepsi products in it, which, you know, if you talk to Coke corporate and Pepsi corporate, they're like, no, we don't want theirs,
Yeah.
and don't even be touching each other,
Yeah.
kind of thing. But
You have the freedom to do that.
But that really helped open up some doors for
Sure.
because maybe they didn't have the space for 2 pop machines, but they do for 1 kind of
Sure.
thing. So
Well, that's the way to do it.
yeah,
Because I saw this thing one time, and it showed if you have a Pepsi machine sitting there where people are going to walk by it, then the question is, do I get a Pepsi? Don't I get a Pepsi? But if you put a Pepsi machine there and a Coke machine there, then the psychology changes, and it goes from, am I going to get a Pepsi or am I going to get a Coke? Either way, you're going to make a couple quarters off of them.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
So can you give me a rundown? What all do you distribute?
So distribution is completely different than vending.
Oh,
for the
really?
most part. So
I see.
So my vending machines are primarily chips and cookies and pastries and candy bars.
Okay.
And then from there, then you spread out to different specialty items. One thing that we've had to adapt to is healthier alternatives.
Oh, sure.
And in
Like in
fact,
schools?
we had to switch in the schools to only healthy snacks.
Wow.
And so
Healthy.
that yeah,
Quote,
right,
unquote.
yeah, and that's
Government approved health.
yeah, exactly. And they even provide the calculator so you can calculate
No way.
the different yeah.
So what is the scale for healthy? Is it like a calorie level?
It's calories,
Sugar, probably.
sugar content, serving size. The first item in the ingredients has to be a whole grain. If it's a chip or a cookie or granola bar or whatever, it can't be enriched flour or whatever. It's got to be whole grain.
It's still cooked in the same seed oil.
Yeah.
Either way.
Some
Right.
type of chemical you can't
or
pronounce.
it's baked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do like the baked chips.
Yeah.
I
Some
avoid
kettle
chips,
chips?
for the most part, but
Yeah.
man, like those white cheddar Cheetos.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Those
Oh,
are
they're good.
all right.
those
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
So what's your best seller at all? Like from before you switched to healthy to now that you're healthy, which one's your best seller?
It kind of varies. It's funny after all of these years, we still have kind of the core set of products that have always been the staple. Probably my best candy bar is a Snicker bar. So you got
Really?
Snickers and M&M peanuts and M&M peanut butter,
Classics. You can never go wrong with
Skittles
them.
and Starburst. It's just all the stuff that everybody's always been around, and
The
it's kind of
Snickers
those
is the number one
mainline
candy.
Snicker bars.
Snickers are good.
Yeah.
By how much?
Significantly. It
Really?
is, yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
What would you
They're-
guess?
Yeah. What?
Well, Snickers has peanuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my
all,
thought
all
of-
you people with the peanut allergies can't have them.
That's
so,
what I was
So
thinking.
then we put Milky Ways in.
Well, that's I don't know. I mean, thinking about it from the point of, like, take Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi is the core. So when I think of, well, does Mars make Snickers? Probably
Yep,
not.
yep.
Oh, they do. So when I think of Mars, I think of M&Ms.
Right.
And I think of the basic brown label M&Ms.
Yep.
So for Pepsi, the best seller in the line of Pepsi is Pepsi. And then you
Really?
get, well, I
Now-
mean, just the straight original Pepsi.
Right.
And then you get to, as the more things you add in, the less they sell because they become more specific.
Right.
So you have like Diet and Zero,
Right.
and they do very well.
Diet's better.
And then you have Diet Cherry, and then Zero Cherry, and then at some point Vanilla's, and I think that might be discontinued. But the more specific you get. So my thought with
Right.
that would be, little pieces of chocolate. So M&Ms would have been probably Hershey's or M&Ms. I would have bet $1 million it was one of those two that were the biggest ones. But never Snickers.
And actually, of the M&M family, the plain M&Ms are the lowest sellers.
That
brown-
I can see.
brown
They're pretty
M&Ms.
What's
overrated.
number one? Peanut?
Peanut M&M.
Peanut M&Ms are
No
so
way.
good.
Peanut.
Those are my favorite
I
peanuts.
love peanuts
Peanut
and I
M&Ms.
love M&Ms, and I'm not a fan of those. I like the peanut butter ones.
Yeah.
How do those
They're
do?
they're number of those that they're number 2. So
Those
so
are really
my
good too.
yeah.
No way.
So my top sellers in the candy world is Snickers, M&M peanuts, M&M peanut butter, Twix, Skittles, Starbursts, Hershey almonds, and
Those do better than Hershey's.
Mm-hmm.
What about Reese's?
No way.
Reese Pieces,
Those are my favorite.
and they never really took off. They did
Really?
okay. Well, they were pretty good until M&M's came out with the peanut butter M&M's.
Okay,
and
I see.
that was probably in the 90s. I think
No
is
way.
when M&M peanut butter came out.
And the Reese's Pieces are
And
still better.
they came out as a
Yeah, in my opinion.
competition to Reese's Pieces. But you talk to all the 80s babies, they were watching E.T., and that's what E.T. ate was Reese Pieces.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Reese peanut butter cups are in that top.
Pretty good.
They're a little overrated,
8 or
in my
10.
opinion.
Those
peanut
they're
cups.
See-
they're always been very good.
I think the reason they seem overrated is because the Reese's line, there's not a loser. They're all good.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Reese's
they're all
Pieces
great.
rock. Have you ever had the Reese's Sticks?
Mm-hmm.
I
Those things
showed
are-
those to
that's-
him one time, and he lost
Dude,
it.
I've never in my life have been a candy person. Like, I'll go buy a cheese stick ever before I go buy chocolate.
Oh.
And man, I love those Reese's Sticks.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
They used to have them at IGA. You could buy 2 for $2
Yeah.
when they went on sale once a month. I'd buy like 5.
Yeah. The first time I'd show him, he was driving me to work for like a week because my truck was in the shop, and we stopped at Holiday to go get some like coffee or some other stuff, and I'd walk out with my Reese's stick. I was like, "You want to try one?" He goes, "No, I'm good. It's too early." I was like, "No, just try one." He took a bite. His eyes just lit up.
They were so good.
Sold to the man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Reese's Sticks are good. Man, what about what's your number one for beverages?
Mountain Dew.
Now,
Gotta
what kind
be.
of Mountain Dew? The original or
Original.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
Original Mountain Dew. And the number 2 on it would be Code Red.
See,
But
Yep.
I've tried Code Red once. I thought it was disgusting. It was so overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did you ever
It's not
know
once.
Al Volk?
yep.
He used to say, he had this saying, he would look at the new flavors for Dew coming out, and he
Yep.
would scoff, and he'd say, "Dew drinkers drink Dew.
Yep.
Dew drinkers drink Dew." And there's so much, sometimes the wild Pepsi flavors, they'll do well.
Yeah.
And sometimes the Dew ones do too.
Right.
But no, if you're drinking, I don't know what it is about Mountain Dew. It's like Dr. Pepper. It's the same thing. There's a
Right.
loyalty.
Right.
Sorry, I only drink Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Sorry, I only drink Dr. Pepper.
Absolutely.
Dr. Pepper's a weird one, though. Like, people that love Dr. Pepper are a little too obsessed with it, though, from what I've seen.
They're louder
They-
about it than Mountain Dew people
Yeah,
are.
that's
Like,
probably what I
Mountain
mean
Dew
more.
People, like, you'll be talking to them, and there's a Mountain Dew bottle sitting in the background, and then the Dr. Pepper person is like,
their
"I'm
whole
on my
life.
3rd Dr. Pepper today," and you're like, "Okay, good to know."
Good to know. Yeah, Mountain Dew has probably been the
number
best
one.
seller over all the years. In that realm, it's Mountain Dew and Pepsi and Diet Pepsi and Coke and Diet Coke and Dr. Pepper.
Sure.
That core, and you can never go wrong with that core.
No.
And then you always, it seems like in recent years, the manufacturers have been trying to find another niche or just to grab more market share. And so you've got purple Mountain Dew and orange Mountain Dew and
The
and all these
LTOs.
different blue Mountain Dew
There's
and
always
so
an
on.
LTO
But
going
it seems
on.
like people always come back to the basic.
Dew drinkers
Dew
drink Dew.
drinkers drink Dew.
I don't think I've ever heard that. I like that.
He was in a boss at my work. And
Oh, I think it was like a big saying like that went around.
no, it's not a big saying. No, that's just something I would always
you
say.
should probably get that.
Al had a few
as
of
a
those
saying,
things
that'd be
though.
good, yeah.
He had a few things he would say. I can't say that off the mic. I have something hilarious to say. He did have a few. Man,
Something gets
man,
canceled.
I got some good Al stories. I can't
All
say
right.
them on mic. They're funny though. He was hilarious, man. I liked Al. He's retired since. He's probably on his boat in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah,
God bless him, man.
absolutely.
He was fun. Do you ever see? Wait. So what stores do you typically work in Great Falls? Can we divulge that information?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
The only stores that I distribute my grocery store products in are the two IGAs. The one downtown now is
Big Sky
Big
Grocery.
Sky Grocery. That one and then the North Side IGA.
Sure.
And then I have some stuff in the 10th Avenue Albertsons. I've got Little Debbie's in there.
Oh, right.
Oh, Little Debbie's are so good.
Yeah, Little Debbie's have been really good for us.
Yeah.
That's part of my distribution, and that one actually crosses over into my vending. So I'll vend some of the Little Debbie pastries in my vending machines.
What's the best seller on that line?
Oatmeal cream pies, probably.
Oh, those are
Nutty
so good.
Buddies. So those are oatmeal cream pie and Nutty Buddies and cosmic brownies.
And they're cheap.
Honey buns.
Oh, sure.
And it's just like, you think about all your different Pepsi or Little Debbie or whoever. You've got 50 SKUs in different types, but it seems like you've got the 80-20, right? 80% of your sales is 20% of your SKUs, and it's usually pretty consistent through all the different markets. Our distribution, we do I do Sara Lee breads.
Sure.
That's one of my main bread company that I rep is Sara Lee and Ora Wheat and Grandma Sycamore, which isn't really that well known in Montana, but it's starting to kind of pick up. It's more of an Idaho thing, I think, is where it's more popular, but that's starting to kind of take hold up here.
So do you find yourself trying to get hold of new products to bring in?
Yeah, I'm always looking for other possibilities.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how common is it? Because I've done, I've been out of Montana a little bit, and a lot of the country has a lot of the same products.
Mm-hmm.
But how common is it to have something Montana exclusive or Pacific Northwest exclusive in terms of like grocery store products?
I don't know that there's a whole lot of difference in Montana unless it's a made in Montana product.
Sure.
That'd be something that'd be more specific to this region.
Yeah.
By and large, the national products are kind of everywhere.
Sure.
So you see Sara Lee white bread here, and then if you go to Arizona, you see Sara Lee white bread in Arizona.
Yep. Or Coke and Pepsi.
Or Coke and Pepsi, yeah.
They're going to be the same flow.
It's going to be the same deal.
Yeah.
Unless you go overseas, I don't know if sometimes the makeup is different in
they take
foreign countries.
all the artificial garbage out of it.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think? I actually read this, or I shouldn't say read. I saw this thing the other day, and it suggested that if you are gluten intolerant and you go to like Italy, is it Italy or I'm so ignorant.
It's Europe countries. I know what you're talking about. It's what they put in the bread.
They can eat bread over there.
It's something in the flour.
Because
it
it isn't the gluten that's the problem. It's whatever chemical. It's a cheap chemical that wheat here is covered with en masse, and that's what the. Boy, I sure sound stupid right now, but you know what I'm talking about.
It's valid. I get it.
It was very scientific of me to explain.
Well, and I think it's it goes back to the seed, and how they treat the seeds before they plant them, because they can generate more yield with whatever they're putting in them, And so I don't know if that's a byproduct, if a higher level of gluten is in the wheat around. I'm not a scientist. I don't really know that part, but I think there's probably some additives to the natural seeds that make them produce more.
Sure.
So you can get higher yields with less land. Yeah. So you can make more wheat.
Sure. Have you been out of the country?
I have.
Where have you been?
The only real, I've been to Canada, of course, but I've been to England.
Oh, really?
I went to London when I was in college.
Wow.
I was a computer and business major, and my now wife, then girlfriend, was in the travel industry with the college, and they took a trip over to London.
Okay.
And I got to go in with them. So I went to London and spent I think like 10 days in London. That was pretty cool.
Wow. What was the food like over there?
really bland.
Really bland.
It was, yeah.
No wonder we got in a
I
war
can
with
remember
that.
the thing I wanted to try because I'd always heard of it was bangers and mashers.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes and banger sausages in the pub. You go
Yeah.
and have that. And so yeah, I had to go and have that. But I just felt like the food was kind of under seasoned.
No way.
To
It looks
to
like
my
it.
liking. Yeah.
Did
No
you
way.
try pig's blood, or was it
That was at
Black
the last
pudding?
Aussie concert. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they have something called black pudding. It's coagulated pig's blood.
Oh.
Yeah, we just worked with some soldiers from the UK. There, am I thinking the wrong? No,
I have no idea what you're talking
UK, London, same.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
like, am I having
Yeah.
this wrong? No.
Yeah.
We had some soldiers come down, and I asked them, like, do you guys really eat pig's blood? They go, oh,
Huh.
black pudding? Yeah, it's quite nice. And I was
Okay.
like, you guys are insane.
And you're certain they weren't screwing with you?
Nope, I know this 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. No, I must say I don't think I've ever had
Pig's
pig's
blood.
blood.
Yeah, they call it black pudding.
Black pudding.
So if you had to consume the blood of any animal, Steve, what animal would it be?
I like how he
What
looked at
animal
me.
would it be?
Well, I
Hit you with
mean,
the softball.
growing up in Montana, one of the rites of passage
Deer.
when you harvest your first, for me it was an elk.
Yeah.
When you take a bite out of
The heart.
the heart or the.
And you did it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow. Have you done that?
Yeah. One of the first bucks I
We're
showed.
not going hunting together my first time.
So, funny story about Jonah hunting. I once took a buddy of ours out hunting, and Jonah was appalled, like visibly upset that I didn't invite him to go. I was going hunting the very next day. I
Really?
gave him plenty of notice, like, Jonah, would you like to go with me? Jonah made the excuse, like, oh, I have this very important meeting I got to get to. I would love to, but I can't. Just told our friend, oh, yeah, I just didn't want to get up that early. You came at me so upset that I didn't
Really?
invite you, but
Oh, my
made an
gosh.
excuse not to go when I invited you.
Wow.
I think it went. Hey, you
Now,
wanna
how
go?
are
And I
we
said,
able to park the bus in this conference room that you're throwing Jonah under?
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, you got to remember at this time, now getting up at 4:30, that's only a little earlier than I get up for work.
So, are you going hunting with me this season then?
I plead the fifth. I
Oh,
refuse to
no.
answer under threat of perjury.
I think you should.
I'm not going to say anything on this podcast that will put me in a position.
You will not be eating any deer. Heart.
I won't. I won't be eating any deer heart anyway.
I got some
You
frozen
won't be
elk heart.
okay. Then you
I
won't
got
be
frozen
storing
elk
any in our freezer there, Nick. What do you think of that?
heart. We already have elk heart in our freezer, and you don't have a choice.
Well, I might if I
Half
have
that freezer's mine. So
based on how much stuff's in it, 80% of it's yours. I
Yeah.
have 3 items in there. Nick,
I think you should go hunting.
It's
wanna
Just
go
great.
just
hunting.
to go out and just experience.
it's
Sure.
so good.
And it's not about the kill. It's about being out in nature and seeing the animals.
And then the
In
kill.
my opinion,
Yeah.
it's
No, I completely
pretty
agree.
special.
Regardless of getting to provide meat for myself or not,
Yeah.
it would be a fun experience.
Yeah.
I need to go take hunter safety. If I do it right now, I might be good. Oh, man. I got to remember. I got to write that on a sticky note. Hunter safety. Because if I do it right now, I may not miss hunting season this year. But if I wait,
Well, I can still
Right.
take you out. You just won't be able to shoot the rifle.
well, that's
Right.
stupid. Why would I want to go? Well, I could
Just-
shoot. I
just
just
to
can't
experience.
hit.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper shots. Best shot. It's like golf. Best ball.
You and me golfing was... It's hilarious to laugh at, watching me and Jonah golf. Just
We
miss
didn't
after
golf. We went
miss.
to the range.
Well,
Close enough.
It was pretty funny.
it was on a golf course,
That's true.
so
Some of the balls were.
Yeah.
not all of them when you left.
No,
Yeah.
not
All
quite.
right.
At least 2/3
Yeah.
were somewhere on the driving range.
Well,
Not very far.
Between 25 and 75 yards down.
perfect.
Often farther off to the right than forward.
Well, it was also very windy that day.
Yeah, the wind was not blowing off to the right, unfortunately.
Oh,
You golf, don't you?
I do.
Have you done that a lot this year?
Not so much this year. I've been kind of busy with music
Oh,
and
playing,
stuff,
that's
but I'm actually starting to golf some more this summer.
Sure.
I've got some openings, so
Sure.
yeah.
What's been your best game?
My best game?
Mm-hmm.
I had a really special one with my dad down in Dillon. That's my home course. I shot a really good. I shot. This is a 65 for 18 holes, which is really good for me. So it was a pretty cool day.
Nice. I'm gonna
Wow.
say I'm gonna agree and say that's good because I have no idea what to compare it to.
Oh,
Well, that's very interesting, Steve. Thank you for sharing that with us. I wish I was good at golf. I've only gone to the range once, and it didn't go well.
I mean, you played on the Wii. You're better at that too, but besides the point.
Did you ever play a Wii?
I did.
Were you ever a Mario Kart guy?
I was big time.
What was your favorite course?
Oh gosh, I never chose the courses. I always let my daughters do it.
Sure.
But when they grew up, that was a thing. We played a lot of Wii.
We did
and
too.
we were Super Mario people, and we would go through and do that over and over and over. Awfully fun.
Out of all the video games in the world, credit to Nintendo for the Wii.
Yeah.
Because my family did that too. Because now Nick and I play GTA sometimes, or COD or whatever.
Yeah.
But those are like either play online or play by yourself. And really, they've made video games to where you pretty much have to play them online. There's no such thing as like split screen anymore.
Really?
Not really, because I remember when I was a kid, we had the original Star Wars Battlefront 2, and you mostly played. We never had online as a kid, so you do split screen. And my brother and I would get on for hours and play, shooting battle droids together, taking over the galaxy. But the Wii was special, man. I remember my whole family would play the Wii.
Yep. Yeah,
And that was just fun. Mario Kart, Wii Sports.
Yeah.
We'd like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Right.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was, man, there was some fun.
Yeah,
ones
there
in
were some fun games on it. Yeah, and I never did get into. I think it was after my time, as far as when I was kind of grown up, when all of your Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto and all that. I never did play any of those.
Sure.
I definitely don't do the Fortnite. Jonah does. I don't agree with it.
Oh.
I mostly do it when they have Star Wars events.
Understandable. You are big in Star Wars.
But did you ever watch Star Wars?
Oh yes.
Did you watch it in theaters?
I did. I
No
saw
way.
it live in 1977. I
No
think
way.
was the first Star Wars.
A New Hope.
Mhm.
But it wasn't A New Hope back then. It was just
It was
Star
just
Wars.
like Star Wars. What's this crazy? Oh, and it was epic. Oh my gosh! I
No
was
way.
8 years old.
You were 8 years old. So was there home movies at this point? Or just the theaters?
It was movie theater. We didn't get a VCR until, when I was in high school, I think.
Wow. So had you seen a lot of movies at that point?
Yeah, quite a few. I saw all the Rocky movies were really
Love
big
Rocky.
back then when I went.
Okay.
And I went with my cousins in Missoula. We went and watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh,
The Search for the
nice.
Holy Grail.
That's a good one.
In a movie theater. It was
No way.
it was quite an experience.
So was there a lot of CGI movies? Or that wasn't even a lot of CGI. It was mostly practical effects, right?
Yeah,
But there was little CGI.
little bit,
A little
but
bit.
yeah.
Was it?
That was like Star Wars was
Pretty
the
cutting
first of that
edge?
stuff. Yeah.
No
oh yeah.
way.
Yeah, absolutely. Star Wars and Jaws. Jaws was
Oh,
another one
sure.
that was like, holy cow! I stayed out of the ocean for a while. It'd freak you out. Yeah.
Yeah. The ocean of Dillon, Montana.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but I
'Cause
mean,
that-
when I'd go, yeah.
That's something. It's crazy how every generation probably has something that they don't take for granted that
Yeah.
the next will.
Yeah.
Like, I've never thought anything about CGI because I've just always had it.
Right.
But even like cell phones,
Yeah. That.
I was probably about the age you saw Star Wars 7 or 8 when my mom got a cell phone.
Uh-huh.
And I remember it very clearly. It was a flip phone.
Yeah.
And like now it's like laughably useless.
Right.
But back then it was
Oh,
crazy
it was
tech.
big time. And I got my first cell phone when I was the sales director for this hotel in Rapid City. That was my first cell phone. And I was probably 23.
What it looked like.
Wow.
It was a Motorola flip phone.
Oh, so
Yeah.
90s, 2000s?
It was 93-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I miss
Oh,
my
like
flip
a
phone.
big flip phone or like a little one?
Well, it went from bag phone with the big
Antenna.
antenna to the Motorola flip phone. And I think that was
Wow.
right around 93, 94, somewhere in there.
Oh, so they've been around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Wow.
so yeah, back in the day, I'm dating myself, but we had rotary phones and no internet. You know, growing up, it was a lot different time.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't have cell phones, and so you had answering machines.
Sure.
And then you're like, you get home at night and you're like hoping you see a flash, like, oh, I got a message.
Yeah.
And so it's just funny how the world has kind of evolved that way with information.
We had a home phone when I was a kid, probably till near high school. And we had 4 sets. There's one in the parents' room, there's one in the kitchen, there's one in the office, which then became my room at some point, or the drum room at some point, and then one in the basement living room. And you could intercom each other.
Oh yeah.
So you could call to the kitchen and say,
right.
It usually wasn't us calling the kitchen. It'd be, you quit playing video games, go outside.
Right.
It's usually what it was.
Right. Yeah.
So what a time that was. And you wait for your friends to call. It's like, hey, they're calling.
Yeah.
They're calling.
Right. Yeah.
We had a rotary phone.
You had a rotary
We
phone?
played with it for hours.
Did it work?
Yeah, we had it plugged in.
No way.
Yeah, me and my brothers, we had nothing to do. Say it was cold outside, it wasn't summer, and we'd sit there and we'd just dial it.
Yeah.
Just watch it go back.
Yeah.
It was the greatest time ever.
Wow. I don't think I've ever used a real one.
They're so fun.
I've seen them. Like, I mean, I've
Yeah.
spun them before, but I don't think I've ever made a call on one.
Yeah.
Were there a lot of payphones around here?
Yeah.
I think there's at least a few years ago there was one at Snitz, and there used to be until a couple years ago one right by my house, right by the A&K diner.
Oh, okay.
And
they took the one on Central down 3 years ago.
yeah, because were they everywhere?
Oh yeah. I mean, back in the day, if you needed to call somebody, you had to go find a payphone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever call collect and then when they said say your name, you just say something really fast and say no, and hung up?
Yep. Or
I'm gonna be home late from work.
Or if you're on a long distance call or something, and you hang up, and then the phone starts ringing again, and you pick it up, and it's the operator. You need to deposit 45 more cents or something to,
So I've heard the collect call thing where it's like, who's the call for? George or the kids, and it's like, who's it from? And it's like, it's from I'm going to be home late from work.
Right, exactly.
Did you ever have someone just say, no, try again?
Yeah.
That's not your name. Did that ever happen?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your name is not.
Well,
go
you'd
buy
say
me
that
beer.
because it was a long distance phone call.
Sure.
And if you wanted to just pass a message, then that's what you'd say, the message.
The flight departed
It's
late. I'll
like,
be home at 9. Your name is not the flight departed late. You'll be home at 9. Try again.
Well, did you see that?
I didn't do it, Mom.
See the video that was floating around part of Facebook? It was like some woman just gave birth and the father called his parents. They called collect and go, "What's your name, sir?" It's like Bob. It's a boy. And hung up. And the man tells his wife, it was Bob. They had a boy.
Yep.
Man, what a time, man. What a trip we're living in. So how long do you think it'll be until AI completely takes over? I'd say over 50% of the labor force.
50%. Holy smokes.
Because I'm thinking it's already creeping up on 10.
I don't know how far it's going to go. I mean, AI can be really, depending on.
They got full robots nowadays.
Right.
Well, they have robo-taxis.
You have watched
Texas.
Terminator, right?
Yeah, we all see how it goes.
Well, they have robo-taxis, self-driving taxis in Texas.
That's basically
Okay.
Tesla. Tesla does that.
Yeah.
So those pretty much, I say in the next 10 years, driver jobs are obsolete.
It could be
to a certain extent. They're
to
going to
a
be low.
point, but you still have to. There's still elements out there where even if you have AI, you still have to have human intelligence because AI doesn't.
Sure.
It hasn't gotten to that point yet, but I suppose someday it'll.
But think
probably
about
little by little
how fast, because it won't be a consistent speed. It's going to only evolve faster. I'm thinking about where I work. In 10 years, the warehouse, you really only need one person if you have machines doing it to fix the machines. And then we're already experimenting with, I believe some of our warehouse corporate, or I don't know if that's outsourcing or AI, but a lot of our warehouse ordering is either AI or outsourcing, and at some point that could be AI. So at some point you really don't even need salesmen anymore. And That's why I don't think it'll ever be 100% AI, but I bet
I think another 60,
in our
70
lifetime
years.
we could see more than 50%.
I
of
think you and me will be
workforces.
really old by the time that happens.
I don't
think
know,
it's gonna.
man.
I don't think it's gonna be within the next 30 years. I think it's gonna
I
be
don't know,
at
man.
least like 70, 80 years from now.
Think about
We might not even be around.
something. I remember as a kid in 3rd grade, I read in a magazine that phone companies were working on a strange phone where you could see the other person when you talk to them. And I was like, what a bunch of crap. FaceTime.
Right.
It's been around for like 15 years.
Look at Back to the
Right.
Future. But look at Back to the Future. They go, oh, in 2012, we're going to have flying cars and these little microwaves that make giant pizzas and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
But look at us now.
Yeah.
We have the wrong idea. Like, we don't exactly know how fast we're going to evolve because they thought we were going to evolve so much faster than we
Sure.
actually did. And we may be a lot evolved, not even remotely close to what Back to the Future says.
Sure.
So we can't exactly tell.
Well, we're not going to be able to accurately predict where it's going
I think it's going to be like closer to like the year 2100.
before AI is more than 50% of the workforce.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's more industries, different industries.
Sure.
It'll and we've already seen it. Blockbuster or
Yeah.
photo shops. Where you go to get your film.
Yeah.
1 hour photo or whatever. There's a lot of things that just become obsolete. As you go, and so I think that's probably. I've been reading some articles on the AI with school,
Yeah.
where the kids are using AI to write their term papers and stuff, and that they're starting to find some holes in that where they can kind of sniff that out. Well,
Yeah.
that's not produced by a human. That's
Yeah.
obviously AI.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, where kids are getting that wrong is what we used to do. We used to take them off like the internet or take them out of books and just change like 3 or 4 words and make
Right.
it your own. Kids are not
Yeah,
doing that. They're asking
yeah.
like Chat GPT and they're getting all of this and just
Right.
copy and paste.
Yep. Back in the day, it was called Cliff Notes,
Clip notes.
where you
Okay.
could buy these.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You'd have this novel that you're supposed to read, War and Peace or whatever, or you can go to the store and buy the Cliff Notes for War and Peace, and it's all condensed, and
Yeah.
you can read through all that and pick up all the
Yeah.
bullet points. So it's kind of the same thing, only it's
Yeah.
you know.
I gotta say, cheating in schools. I had a really strict teacher. Nobody cheated in his class that I knew of, but I had one teacher.
Or they're really
who
good at it.
rather than grading our papers, she had us sit wherever we wanted and grade each other's. So she'd read the answer and you'd mark it right or wrong, and then she wouldn't check them.
Oh.
So me and my friends wouldn't do the homework, or would just write stuff in. I usually did it because it was English, so I always.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this, anyone from school, but I would just do it because it was easy. I thought, but other kids just wouldn't do it, and we would trade it. And the deal I had was like, fine, I'll mark you as right, but I'm gonna mark you like 3 or 4 wrong just so that they don't ask questions.
Yeah.
And that was my deal. And he would just either leave it blank or just write in a bunch of. It was a lot of A, B, C, D type stuff, and then at the end he'd just write, instead of what did you think of the story, he'd write like, never gonna give you up, something
Right.
stupid like that, and then you're like, 3 out of 4 on that one.
Right.
So
I kind of did the same thing. Miss Candy, if you're listening to this, sorry. She lives here in Montana now.
No way.
She was my history teacher, and this one kid in my class, he figured that, because we had in-class work, is that if you just wrote enough, like a paragraph, she just mark it as good. So we'd flip to a random chapter. Like, say we're on chapter 1, I flip to chapter 9 and write a random paragraph. I got an A+ in that class. I didn't do one lick of work.
Or did you? You might have been learning and you didn't even realize
Maybe.
you
Worked
were.
harder to not
Yeah,
work.
you were
Yeah,
working
you
so
would've
hard
just reading
to
the
buck
thing.
the system that you were actually learning
Yeah.
and you didn't know it.
spent more effort doing that, more effort figuring that out than just reading the assignment. But I had to teach like that too. He would, if he didn't want to teach that day, rest in peace, Mr. Bernard. We love you. He was my history teacher my freshman year, and he would have us do movie review statements. And he would say, I want 15 statements about the movie that we're going to watch. And that was it.
Yeah.
And someone in the senior class, I think they were pulling my leg. I think they were trying to get me to do something dumb. I said, he doesn't even read them. I wrote song lyrics one time. So I tested it out. I wrote song lyrics. I think it was Call Me Maybe. I'd write, Napoleon Bonaparte just met you, and this is crazy. But here's Napoleon Bonaparte's number, so call me maybe. And I got 100. He didn't read them. And I just snuck in words that were relevant to the movie or, a date.
Right.
In 1400s, never going to give you up, never going to let you down. The Great Cathedral, it's just something stupid like that.
Right. It's funny. I remember a skit on Saturday Night Live that they were doing the very same thing. They were getting up and they were having to give a speech, and all of them were getting up and reciting song lyrics. Adam Sandler, I think,
Of course, Adam Sandler.
He did Jump.
Oh,
Might
nice.
as well jump.
Nice.
Go ahead and jump. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, good chat, boys.
Yeah, I was like, we should probably start
wrapping
this
this up.
informative.
Done.
That's about it. I'm shooting for an hour.
Okay.
So I'm shooting for an hour. So I did see your text, but we're just about at an hour. I mean, if it goes longer, it goes longer. But I want to make the most of this.
I get that. Okay.
The reason that I want to have guests on is because we're both kind of dumb. So I
Yeah.
want to have smart people on, and I want to learn from them.
Yeah, smart people like Steve.
So-
Very smart.
So we started off strong. The bar is raised, everybody.
Bar is raised.
The bar is high. You got to impress me
We
and be
talked
smarter
for
than
45
Steve.
minutes about Mountain Dew.
Yes. So, Steve, before we get off, do you have any advice for people trying to come up in this type of business that maybe want to have their own business one day? Some quick advice that really separated you from the employee to the owner.
Dedication and willingness to work. I think that's if you have a good work ethic and you're willing to do whatever it takes, you're going to be successful.
You got to have heart in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got to go in not thinking, oh my gosh, I got to go to work. It's like, I've got all of this stuff that I can go and do, and I have opportunity. And so if you can make your thoughts that way.
Okay.
Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Yeah.
Good
Yes.
vibes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do you have any life advice?
Same thing. Love one another.
Love one another.
Be good to people.
You hear that, Jonah?
and,
Be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a really a big thing, is just be a good human.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff out there that can bring people down, And so
Sure.
if you're a good human, I think that gives you a lot of space.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
All right.
Well, we're gonna plug Montana Vending, everybody. Go get yourself a Mountain Dew for Montana Vending. Go find yourself a cigarette machine and buy 10 packs out of there.
No more. I don't do those anymore.
no more,
So don't,
okay.
buy my little Debbie's in my.
Yes.
Buy 'em
Buy
from-
all the little
buy 'em
Debbie's.
from Steve off
Tortillas.
the street.
Go to IGA in Great
Very
Falls.
good. I do want to plug Clint Reimann show. By the time this comes out, the next show we're gonna have. Now Clint does play. I'm not his only drummer. So the next show that I and Steve, that we have the three of us on. Boy, that was such a roundabout way. I'm gonna try and edit all that out. The next show that Steve and Clint and I are playing by the time this comes out, September 11th, Helena, Broadwater Hot Springs. We're going to be playing 6 to 9. We would love to see everybody there.
Yes.
Come have a great time.
Ask Steve to sign your little Debbie.
Yeah, Steve is, correct me here if I'm wrong, please immediately. Steve is available for gigs if you need an excellent bassist. The only thing rarer than a bass player in Great Falls is a proficient bass player. And I can vouch, Steve is a proficient bass player. I highly recommend him. That being said, don't steal him from me. But if you do need him for limited gigs, then reach out. So,
Thank you, Jonah.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It's been fun.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening to Montanarchy. Have a great week.